Hello everyone, this is Joey here, and this is my event report video of Motorama 2019. So, let's begin. For the ant weights, I was competing with Swamp Woman 2. For the first fight, I was against the multi-time champion Angry Accountant. The first few seconds went well. Both of us exchanged hits, but after 20 seconds, the weapon belt of Swamp Woman 2 broke off. And then, Angry Accountant hit the left side of Swamp Woman 2 and lost drive. At that point, I just tapped out. Swamp Woman 2's second fight was against a modified Viper Kit robot called Trident. Trident had an extra flipping tongue, just like Bronco did when he was facing Tombstone on BattleBots 2015. Swamp Woman 2 survived some close calls, like Trident did try to lift over Swamp Woman 2 one or two times. And one big impact sent Swamp Woman 2 on her back, but was able to self-right thanks to the weapon motor. Swamp Woman 2 did some serious damage to Trident, like ripping off the side armor, ripping off some tires, and ripping off one of the front wedges of Trident. The fight went to a judge's decision, and they gave the win to Swamp Woman 2. Fight number 3 was against Nate Franklin's Antway robot, Slim Pickens. This was the third time Swamp Woman 2 and Slim Pickens fought. But overall, this was my 7th fight against Nate Franklin. In the beginning, Slim Pickens was in control, pushing Swamp Woman 2 into the wall and getting underneath her. But one blow had hit the top of Slim Pickens and it was slowly becoming loose. Hit by hit, the plate of Slim Pickens was slowly falling off, and he lost one side of his drive. And after one big hit, the battery of Slim Pickens was ejected and the fight had to come to an end. So, that was another victory for Swamp Woman 2. Fight number 4 was against Midnight Kitty. From the beginning, Midnight Kitty was in control, and at one point she almost got Swamp Woman 2 on her back, but thankfully Swamp Woman 2 recovered after that. Midnight Kitty did get underneath Swamp Woman 2 a couple more times, but after one big hit, Midnight Kitty lost drive. At the point, Swamp Woman was just grinding away on Midnight Kitty's wedge. But after another big hit, Midnight Kitty's drive seemed to be working again. And the fight ended with both robots stuck on each other, and they had to use a broom to free the two robots. The fight went to a judge's decision, and it was a split decision in the favor of Swamp Woman 2. Fight number 5 was against Pumpkin Carving Contest. Yup, a pumpkin on wheels. The fight was mostly Swamp Woman 2 getting underneath Pumpkin Carving Contest and pushing him around and grinding up some of the tire. And at one point, Pumpkin Carving Contest stuck himself to the wall, but just for fun, he was free from the wall. The fight went to the judge's decision, and they gave the win to Swamp Woman 2. The 6th fight was against the future Antway champion, To Be or Not To Be. At first, things were going well. Swamp Woman 2's blade shredded a little bit of To Be's and Not To Be's tires, but To Be and or Not To Be did most of the damage by shredding some of the tires of Swamp Woman 2. And at one point, the weapon belt of Swamp Woman 2 broke again. And then, after one big hit, To Be or Not To Be's blade sliced through the top plate of Swamp Woman 2, and he hit the battery and causing the battery to puff up. And at that point, I tapped out. So that was the end of day one. The following day, it was Devastating Moment's turn. For its first fight, he was against a lifter bot called Lanark. One big hit sent Lanark on its back, but it was able to drive inverted. But he was able to self-right when he was pushing Devastating Moment into the wall. And at one point he lifted Devastating Moment onto the beam of the arena, but thankfully Devastating Moment's drum was up to full speed and was able to get off the beam. After that, Devastating Moment did some more damage on Lanark, like shredding the tire, removing the wedge plate and top plate of Lanark. Lanark lost drive at that point. And after one big hit from Devastating Moment again, Lanark was immobilized and tapped out. So that was a win for Devastating Moment. Fight number 2 for Devastating Moment was against a horizontal spinner called 2B. Things went well at first. Sparks were flying, big hits were delivered. At one point, 2B was shot up in the air by Devastating Moment, but after one big hit, 2B's blade sent Devastating Moment on its side and was unable to self-right, and at that point, Devastating Moment was counted out. Fight number 3 for Devastating Moment was against a bar spinner called Dory. Small hits were delivered at first, but then a big hit was delivered by Devastating Moment, sending Dory on his back, and unfortunately was unable to self-right. So that was a win for Devastating Moment. Devastating Moment's fourth fight was against Scrappy. In the beginning, it was a back and forth fight. Scrappy flipped over Devastating Moment, and then Devastating Moment flipped over Scrappy. And at the point, Devastating Moment ripped off the tire of Scrappy. But after a huge hit, something went wrong. Devastating Moment was having a hard time driving. Same with Scrappy. Most of the fight was both robots having driving trouble. In the end, it went to a judge's decision. Scrappy was able to drive better, so the win went to Scrappy. The reason why Devastating Moment was having trouble is because of a screw made him hide center. Overall, Motorama 2019 was a good event. The main problem for Swamp Moment 2 was the weapon belt was breaking when it was facing against horizontal spinners like Angry Accountant and To Be or Not To Be. And for Devastating Moment, the main problem for him was getting stuck on its side and high centered. We have already started work on Swamp Moment 2. We fixed the broken top plate for Swamp Moment 2 and added some new wheels. The only thing left to do is replace a drive motor, and that's pretty much it. For Devastating Moment, we are going to replace the drum teeth, and we're thinking adding a screw on each side. That way it will recover if he gets stuck on its side again. The next event I'm hoping to attend will be Franklin 2019. We'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my event report video. See you at the next event.